Did we turn the Super Bowl into another battlefield because we forgot what freedom looks like?
Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.
Welcome to Go Right with Peter Boykin, the Constitutionalist for liberty. Go right, not left, not right, alone in sound, but liberty where truth is found. Speak your mind, don't stand aside, let the Constitution be your guide. Turn it up, let freedom ring, every voice deserves to sing. Welcome to Go Right with Peter Boykin, the Constitutionalist for liberty. Real talk, bold thought, clarity. Go right news.com. Join the journey.
Did we turn the Super Bowl into another battlefield because we forgot what freedom looks like? Welcome to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. Somewhere along the way, America stopped being comfortable with disagreement. We used to argue, debate, laugh, and keep watching the same game together. Now we prejudge, pre-react, and pre-outrage before the lights even come on. The Super Bowl halftime show was supposed to be entertainment. Instead, it became another ideological battlefield long before the first note was played. And that says more about us than it does Bad Bunny. A simple truth needs to be said. We can strongly disagree with someone's political views while still defending their right to speak, perform, and express their culture. That is not weakness, that is liberty. As a constitutionalist for liberty, I may disagree, and I do disagree with Bad Bunny on issues like ICE or immigration policy. Many Americans do. But freedom was never designed to protect only voices we personally agree with. The First Amendment exists precisely because we will encounter ideas and perspectives that challenge us. Freedom is not agreement. Freedom is consistency. What happened around this halftime show revealed something deeper. Millions reacted to predictions instead of reality. Memes spread faster than facts. Some critics chose alternative halftime streams instead of watching the performance itself, yet still joined the outrage as if they had experienced it firsthand. Now that's not criticism. That is tribalism. Shared cultural moments have become loyalty tests. Instead of asking whether something was creative or meaningful, people ask whether it aligns with their political identity. When curiosity disappears, unity follows. Now I have to remind people, Puerto Rico is part of the United States. Puerto Ricans are American citizens. Their culture is American culture, whether it fits your personal taste or not. Rejecting cultural expression simply because it feels unpopular or unfamiliar or politically uncomfortable narrows our understanding of what America is supposed to be. A confident nation does not fear cultural expression. A confident nation debates it, engages with it, and grows stronger because of it. The real tragedy is not that people loved or hated that halftime show. Art has always divided audiences, especially music. The real tragedy is that Americans increasingly cannot experience anything together without turning it into a battlefield. We have forgotten how to disagree without declaring war. We have forgotten how to say, that was not for me, without demanding it disappear. We have forgotten that liberty means coexistence, not conformity. The Super Bowl once stood as one of the last shared national experiences where Americans across political lines could feel connected, even while disagreeing. When even halftime becomes symbolic warfare, it signals something deeper than cultural controversy. It signals a loss of perspective. America did not lose its ability to disagree. America lost its ability to be comfortable with disagreement. Memes replaced reality. Predictions replaced observation. Political labels replaced curiosity. People chose not to watch, not to listen, not to engage, yet they still claim certainty. Political identity became more important than shared experience. And that should concern anyone who believes in liberty. Freedom means hearing things you do not like, seeing things you would not choose, sharing space with people who think differently than you do. Liberty was never about anyone and everyone agreeing. Liberty was about learning how to stand together anyway. Maybe the real question was never whether the halftime show represented America. Maybe the real question is whether Americans still remember how to live with freedom. Because if we cannot rediscover that, the greatest loss will not be a halftime performance. It will be the shared culture that once made this country feel united, even when we disagree. And here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. America is not falling apart because we disagree. America struggles when we stop listening, stop engaging, and stop allowing space for difference within a shared framework of liberty. The moment we demand cultural conformity instead of defending freedom of expression, we abandon the very principles that made a disagreement possible in the first place. If we want unity again, it will not come from forcing everyone to think the same. It will come from rediscovering the strength to stand together, argue openly, and still recognize each other as part of the same American story. Now let's talk about what did Bad Bunny actually sing at the Super Bowl. Here's the truth behind the headlines. There's been a lot of outrage, a lot of opinions, and honestly a lot of confusion about the halftime show. And what strikes me most is how many people reacted strongly without actually understanding what was being said or even what language it was being said in. Yes, most of the performance was in Spanish. That should not surprise anyone. This was built around a Spanish album and Latin music culture. Yet some people complained that the show was not American enough, because they could not understand it, while at the same time criticizing the lyrics as inappropriate or dirty. Now that contradiction tells us something important. You cannot claim you did not understand the words and then confidently judge their content. There was even a small portion in English and salsa style performed by Lady Gaga, which seems to get overlooked by critics who insist the entire show excluded English audiences. And I've seen some past Super Bowl shows where they did actually have some acts in a different language. Now let's be honest about where the frustration should actually be directed. Artists perform what they are invited to perform. If someone dislikes the choice of the performer, the real issue is with the decision makers who select the acts, not the artist who shows up and delivers exactly what they're known for. And here's another reality check. When translated into English, many of the lyrics are no more controversial than what was already performed at previous Super Bowls or what plays daily across mainstream radio. Rap, pop, and rock artists have used poetic language, innuendo, and adult themes for decades. The difference here is not necessarily the content. The difference is that it was in Spanish, and for some viewers that unfamiliarity amplified the reaction. Now I'll probably butcher this name of the songs, but songs like Yo Quiero Solo focused on independence and autonomy. Titi Mi Pregno used humor and storytelling about relationships and nightlife, something common across pop music. Even tracks known for stronger adult themes are edited for broadcast television. And El Abidjan brought cultural commentary tied to Puerto Rican identity and social realities, blending entertainment with message, which artists have always done. Personally, I gotta say I enjoyed the show even without understanding every word. After last year's more subdued performance, people were saying it sucked, this one felt like a true Super Bowl production with energy, scale, and spectacle. Yes, the crowd may not have fully connected at times, or most of the time. It is harder to sing along when the language is unfamiliar, and I mean, yeah, couldn't. There was some beats in there that you kind of recognize. But that does not make the performance lesser. It just makes it different. Before turning entertainment into another ideological battlefield, maybe we should take a breath and ask a simple question. Are we reacting to what was actually said, or to what we assumed was said? Because I want to have to remind you folks that freedom includes cultural expression, even when it is not tailored specifically to us. This has been hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. Keeping your mind open. God bless. Now folks, this is on GoRightNews.com, PeterBoykin.com, and GoRightNC.com. This is all part of the article, and there's more information to be heard as I post my ideas about things. Thank you for sharing this, and thank you for listening to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. I've got a little bit more to talk about.
Conmigo, listen close. Truth behind the headlines most. Everybody talking loud online, but they never check the lines. Half the world reacting fast, didn't hear the words that passed. Spanish rhythms fill the night, culture dancing in the light. Some complained they couldn't see what the message meant to be. If you don't understand the song, does it mean the singer's wrong? Or maybe we just need context before we judge the beat. What did Bad Bunny sing tonight? Truth gets lost in the fight. Spanish words, global sound, freedom dancing all around. Not every lyric made for you, but freedom lets the music through. Some say dirty, some say wild, yet pop songs said the same for miles. Poets singing metaphor, heard it all before. Your Perio soul are standing strong, independence in the song, titty jokes and stories told, modern love in rhythm ball. Oh yeah! El apagón identity, culture mixed with history. Not just party, not just sound, real stories spinning round. Lady Gaga sang in English too, still some say they had
Did we actually watch the same Super Bowl? Or did politics decide what we were supposed to see before the lights even came on? There was a time when the Super Bowl felt like neutral ground. Families gathered. Political differences faded into the background. The biggest debates were about commercials, referees, or whether the halftime show lived up to expectations. For a few hours, Americans could disagree without turning everything into an ideological battle. That shared cultural space is becoming harder to recognize. Instead of discussing football strategy or performance quality, social media erupts into political trench warfare. Before the event even begins, expectations are shaped by headlines, memes, and narratives long before viewers see the performance. That is exactly what happened surrounding Bad Bunny's halftime show. Before he stepped onto the stage, predictions of controversy flooded timelines. Critics warned it would be anti-American or politically divisive. Supporters framed it as cultural representation. Many viewers formed firm opinions before the first note was played. Some chose alternative halftime streams while still criticizing what they believed the show represented. The halftime performance stopped being just entertainment and became a symbol in America's broader culture war. And that reaction reveals something deeper than disagreement about music. It reflects a shift in how Americans experience shared cultural moments. The divide is no longer purely political. It is cultural, emotional, and shaped by perception before reality. Memes predicted controversy. Critics warned of messaging. Supporters emphasized representation by the time the performance aired. Many viewers had already decided what it meant to them. That reality says more about America's political climate than it does about the halftime show itself. President Donald Trump issued sharp criticism, calling the performance absolutely terrible and one of the worst ever, arguing it failed to reflect American values and standards. Media coverage amplified the reaction as evidence of a widening cultural divide. For some critics, the debate extended beyond music into Bad Bunny's previous political positions, including criticism of ICE and immigration enforcement. Others experienced something different. Many viewers described the performance rooted in Puerto Rican culture, family traditions, and artistic authenticity. They saw heritage, community, and representation rather than political messaging. The most revealing aspect was the gap between expectation and reality. Much criticism appeared driven by assumption rather than first-hand viewing. Avoidance replaced engagement. Narratives formed before experience. This reflects a broader national shift. Americans increasingly approach cultural events through political alignment first and personal experience second. The question becomes not, was it entertaining? But, does this represent my side? National culture wars rarely stay national. They filter down into states like North Carolina, where cultural identity, immigration policy, and political polarization already shape local conversations. Many residents support strong border enforcement, while also recognizing the cultural contributions of Hispanic and Latino communities. These positions are not mutually exclusive, yet political narratives often frame them as opposing forces. From a constitutional perspective, strength lies in balancing individual liberty with shared civic responsibility. Cultural expression does not erase American values, it exists alongside them. The danger arises when political disagreement turns into cultural rejection, shrinking the space for shared experiences. When debates are driven by assumptions instead of direct engagement, we stop sharing moments together and start watching different realities entirely.